Alright, good morning everyone. Welcome back to Decode Traders App. It is the 1st of May, Thursday, 1st of May, and it happens to be the Labor Day. Happy Labor Day to everyone that is currently tuned in. And this is Decode Traders App, and this is Dan that you hear speaking. Alright, without wasting time, let's get into it. Let's pray and start today's session. It's a special edition on a public holiday, Labor Day. Father, we give you praise. Thank you for this morning. Thank you. It is yet another day that you've given unto us to be part of this analysis session. The opportunity to make money online that you gave unto us on our smart devices, computer, the phones, or Lord. You gave us this opportunity for free. So we come to this session ready and knowing that we're going to make money even today. Yes, yesterday the market still was a bit slow and we made some losses, we made some money here and there, but still we know that we are going to recover those that made losses, and we are going to even make more money, and at the end of the day we'll be able to give you all the praise and all the glory to you, Lord. As we get to this session, cover us with your grace, with your knowledge to understand better the charts, the direction of the price, and whatever we will need to be doing in as far as trading is concerned. Thank you. Thank you for the profits today that we're going to get. Thank you. We give you praise, we love you. In Jesus' name we've prayed. Amen. Alright. So this is that very time where we head to crush 500 and we look at this market. Remember, most times markets move between Wednesday and Friday, so and also Saturday actually. Yeah, so Monday and Tuesdays are most of the times very slow, but even yesterday it was slow, so Wednesday was a bit slow. So we know that we are going to see now markets shifting today. Between now and Saturday we'll see some good moves in the market. Today being a public holiday, I don't know, we'll see about that, but I know we'll have some good trades between now and Saturday. Alright, so let's look at what the market is doing. Crash 500. Crash 500. So what happened to crash 500? Yesterday we had this kind of consolidation. One may say that was a fake breakout right there, and then of course came into the sells. Then again it retested right back there, and up to now it's been reacting from that level it's still reacting from that level. If I use this, I have to use this right here. So it's still reacting from that very support level. It was an order block at first right there, then now it became a support level. So price is reacting from that level according to M15. According to daily, we needed this kind of move here, pullback here, and then we get back into the buys. We haven't seen this pullback yet. The pullback that we saw was a bit short. It was short-lived right here according to H1 and M15. That was the only pullback that we saw. We needed it to come all the way down below before we can get into buys. So apparently we haven't seen it, so it means we still have an opportunity to wait for it, this very move. So I would love to first delete this right here. Delete that. This is H4 daily time frame. H4, we're looking for sales. All right, according to H1, we need sales still according to when we look at the signal coming from CCI. So I can easily now delete this. Delete. I can easily delete these two. Okay, so support on H1, that the order fair value gap. Right, if I go to M15, let's go back to H4. Yes. Okay. Alright, so according to H4, this should be giving us some sales from that level. So let's go back to H1. We see what point of interest did we leave back? None. We left only that fair value gap, which was mitigated somehow right there, but not that much. So currently price is in that fair value gap, and clearly it is reaching that H4 order block again. And according to H1, that is a fair value gap where price is currently, and it has already passed 50%. If I go to M15, there is that fair value gap here, right here, and price has reached it also. So you can easily delete this one on H1. And then there's also that order block where all these orders, or where these sell orders began from that very level. So that is another point of interest. So apparently one may look at this right here. This is a support, but also we have that point of interest right there. Remember, we had seen here a change of character according to M15. We had seen a change of character, and right here also we saw a change of character on M15. The price gave us that and started to go back into buys. But we have these 2 points of interest. This is a fair value gap, that is an order block. So we are anticipating one of those to usher us into sales once again, there or here. So one of those is going to push us back into sales. So until then, we wait for whatever comes out. We want sales on M15, H1, H4. So we'll be waiting for these entries. Boom 1000. Boom 1000. We want to keep it simple today. We don't want to go into a lot of explaining. So today on Boom 1000, yesterday the move actually happened the way we anticipated, but it was a bit slow at first. Yeah, when I gave out the signal to sell this asset in the VIP signal platform, let me see, where was it? It was here. This is when I gave out the signal, because I was waiting for that pullback, then entry there when price went below our 10 MA. So it was a bit slow. It was doing pullbacks right here because of this order block right there, which was a bit holding up. So but later on we saw price broke out of it actually, and even this other level right there, price broke out, retested. This was supposed to be our other entry. It almost went back to the entry point right there. This is where we had our entry point, so it almost went back to the entry point on retesting, having broken out this, having seen that break of structure or that breakout right there on that very order block. Price retested back to that point, and then immediately that's when the sell momentum came from. And what time was this? Around 16, 17, 18, around 6 p.m. Yeah, around 6 p.m. That's when price did change. Yeah, around 6 p.m. that's when the price changed to start good momentum of sales right there, and it came all the way to where we had anticipated, to our TP level. You can see this arrow. That's where we had anticipated our TP level, and it reached it, and then it gave us a break of structure right here according to H1. That is a break of structure. So now we don't need that, we don't need this, we don't need that, we don't need that, even this can be gone. Alright, so apparently we have a break of structure. If we have a break of structure, we already know that according to a daily and H4, we need, according to actually weekly, we need sales. According to weekly, we need sales because of that structure that we have, that pattern. So according to daily, our anticipation on H4 was a breakout, but then we wanted to first get that retest. The retest we got yesterday, somehow, I'm not sure if it is enough. There's this fair value gap that was left back on H4. So I'm not sure if we are done with the retracement. We'll be waiting for that, because market can change anytime. Now, if we look at CCI, we are oversold, meaning we need to anticipate buys, and these buys can push us right there, or even all the way up there. If we go to daily, we've reached actually oversold level, meaning we should be anticipating some buys in the near future, but we need to wait. We can't just do that. So according to H4, I look at that, and that would be resistance right there. That would be resistance where we are. It is not a break of structure at all according to H4. Yet on H1 it was like a break of structure. So all we need now according to H1 is none other than a pullback here, and to fail to break it. Once we see a pullback and we fail to break that level, then we will be knowing that we will see a change of character on such a level, and that will be pushing us into buys without a doubt. And these buys will be taking us all the way up to this fair value gap, or even further than that, all the way up there. So apparently I can't tell you guys that we are going to sell this asset. No, we can't sell it. We can wait for the buys when price reacts to this H1 order block right here, where this buy momentum candle started from. there's a lot of orders that were executed right on this point right there. So we need price to get back here. This is the plan. Price get back here, and then price breaks out here to give us a change of character, and then this is just an overview of a plan. Then retest right there, and then that will be our entry. So for now, we just wait. For whatever price gives us. We need something like that right there. All right, so this is Boom 1000. Enough of that. Let me now head over to Volatility, Boom 500. But before I go to Boom 500, I want to remind you that in between this we have a fair value gap. It's also a point of interest. Sometimes price knows to first react there and it goes back into buys. So right where we are, it is on the fair value gap right there. If I can delete this, you'll be able to see this level right there, this one. That is a fair value gap. It is between this red candle and that green candle up here. That is a fair value gap, and price is currently reacting on that level right here. That's where we have our fair value gap. So if price holds up and goes all the way back into buys, then this will be our current low, which means if it breaks that, then that will be our change of character. But I'm still looking at price coming to the order block, but we will wait and see what happens. Boom 500. Let's go. Boom 500. So Boom 500. Yesterday I was looking for a pullback. Yesterday I was looking for this pullback so that I can enter the cells. What happened? Let's go to M5. So right here, this was an ascending triangle, but that ascending triangle was on a support sort of. So it decided to break out here and tested, and then started to sell all the way back to where we wanted price to react back to the other day, which was Tuesday. The Tuesday move, we wanted price to actually continue selling to come and get to this order block, and it failed and it broke out going up to that level. Then right now we saw a change of character. We needed a pullback before we can continue. The only pullback that we saw, it was not significant for us. It was that on that fair value gap. It was not enough for me to actually look for any entries, so I couldn't risk there, and that's how we missed it. We missed that entry. So now I want to delete everything right here. Alright, so this pullback never happened, so I can delete it, but the move continued exactly how we wanted. I missed. We were supposed to enter from there or here or there. That's where the sales began from. So delete everything right here, and now head back to H1. This order block was mitigated, so I can delete it. The fair value gap, of course, it was a big one, so it went to the order block. That one was not respected. This one was not respected also. And now let's look at where we may see some respect. This was a fair value gap on H4. Price came back all the way down below, and now the buys have started again. But why did it come back all the way down below? Because of the order block right there. There was a point of interest right there. Yeah, the first one was here, that order block, then this order block. Now we've gotten a new one, but then we have even that fair value gap, so it can easily go for this fair value gap than the order block. So right here we have the fair value gap. So as we go on, let's look at points of interest left back. We have that fair value gap right there. We have this other one right here, which was partially mitigated right there. So we have those points of interest. Remember, we got a change of character there to actually continue selling it. Right here we've not gotten any change of character, but this is on smaller time frame. On higher time frame like H4, this was our change of character, meaning we started buys. So it means we are still in a buy trend, not a sell trend, according to H4. According to daily time frame, we are looking for buys. Yes, so we need to know that. Now that we know that according to H4 we are looking for buys and we tested that level, all we need now is price to react back here so that we can look for entries of buys. So we can look for buy entries. So if I go back to H1, I can use my fib like this and try to look for retracement level. So where is our retracement level? 38 and what have you. So this is most likely the one, the point of interest right there. Yes, of course there is that order block, but is it a point of interest to us? Not really. I'm seeing that as a point of interest right there. So I may get a pullback from there, probably back here, probably back there. So this will be like this, and then we continue with the buys to even probably see even a breakout. All right, so for now I can't do anything else. I just have to wait for that kind of buy. So that buy may give us a retest back here to continue the buys, or it may even give us a retest all the way up there. So we need to be ready for whatever comes around. Need to be ready for it. Alright, so that's how I'll be looking at Boom 500 today. That's how I'll be looking at Boom 500 today. These are all my points of interest. I have my support here, my fair value gap there and there, which this is the most likely to be used right here. We have this and that. This is the most likely to be used, but we'll wait and see what happens. So those are the points of interest I'm looking at, that I'm going to be interested in for my entry points. Yeah, I can easily sell from here, I can easily enter buys from here. So that's what I'll be waiting for. Volatility 25S. This one right here, yesterday we wanted a pullback from there to here and there, then we can get into buys again. That never happened. It changed structure. So from what we can see, this was not the channel right there, so that's why this never happened. So you can delete that. So from there we had that fair value gap, which was not respected. It was respected here, but then coming from this order block, from this support, we never saw price respecting it, so it's no longer valid. because it's not respected anymore. But this support is still valid for now. Still valid for now. We just have it. We can continue with it. We saw that, which was like an ascending triangle right here. Price broke out. I believe that was like a fake breakout. Why? Because we are on that support. That resistance up there. That's where we are. If you are on the daily time frame, that is a resistance level. So why did price decide to break going down? Because we had reached that resistance level. So according to H1, you can see that candle. You guys who studied candlesticks, different kind of candlesticks, you know what that is. It's like a flying dragon. It's like a flying dragon right there on H1. But then when you go to M15, that was an ascending triangle. That was a fake breakout. Then of course we knew what was coming. So this was like accumulation, manipulation, then distribution right here, or mitigation. Some people use mitigation to mitigate liquidity up there. All the early buyers, all the early sellers would put their stop losses above there, but price goes up to mitigate it, and then later on get into the right direction. That's what happened, as you can see. So from there we saw a change of character right here. This is our higher high, a higher low, high, then the higher low was taken out right there to give us a change of character. So in as far as we're concerned, we have a change of character, but we haven't gotten any pullback to actually confirm us to continue selling. So we can't enter because we don't have an entry. Our entry should be about such level right there. That would be the level I may be interested in to actually make an entry of sales. So all I need is price to get back there, and I start to look for sell entry. So what do I have here on M15? I can see clearly that I started to get into buys. That was a change of character on M15, pull back there. So the buy is going up there. It may even continue all the way up here, or even to that even to that order block. So those are all points of interest the price can react back to according to M15. This fair value gap was partly mitigated, but not clearly how we normally look or wait for. We normally want it to at least go halfway of the fair value gap. So what we need is a buy to take us up there, and then probably we can enter sales either here or there, whichever case we'll be waiting for it. All right, so what do we have now here on M15? Can we enter the buys? Let's look at M5. Can we? Not ready. H1 we want sales, but then the sales are not just going to come like that. We need it to first react from that level to give us an entry. So until then we have no entry. According to H1, this is where we have our change of character. According to H1, that's where we have our change of character. Yeah, so it means price can easily react from this fair value gap on H1, can easily go back there, react there, and then come down. So what do? We wait. M30 and M15, they are all looking for buys. So if I let's see, M15, M5 still slow. I would have entered now, but it is still a bit slow. It's still a bit slow. This is a change of character on M1, so it means we left some liquidity right here, this fair value gap. it was never reacted back, it was never mitigated, so price can easily come back to this fair value gap. So if it comes back to this fair value gap, I can have my limit order. Yeah, can have my limit order right there to push me back into buys according to M1. So for now, I will wait for price to react back to this level so that I can enter buys to take me all the way up there. All right, that is enough on V25S. Let me go to V75. V75. If you don't mind, you can give us a thumbs up so that YouTube can push us also. We really appreciate it if you do. Thank you so much. V75. Now this has been the most tricky asset for the past few days, ever since this week actually began. Yeah, I made a loss yesterday on this asset. Yeah, in fact, I think those who held it were supposed to move out right here. Where here. Those who held it were supposed to move out here. I left it in money, in profits, before I went out for like an hour or two, but on coming back it was in losses, and I had not mitigated. I had not put my stop loss to break even by then. So that's how it came and took my money. So the first one here, I mitigated this one right here. Then I made another entry. Right here. This was another entry right there. I made another entry, but it was, consolidating within this area. I later saw that. So it went into profits right there. I had left it in money, only to come back, and I saw it had went back and taken me out right here. So it took me out, and that's how I made a loss yesterday on this asset. This was a small loss from there to here, but this other second entry, it didn't give me that much. But also this one is the one that I felt it. So this is the one I felt about, because it had already gone in good money right there. Then it came back, it took me out, then tested again to the exact entry that I had gone into, and then came back again. But according to this, I left when I came back and I thought it had taken me out. I analyzed that I saw the reason why it was actually pushing this all the way down. It was because of this move right there. That move that brought us into that. This is the exact move. You can clearly see it is matching with that. So it came all the way to that level. So that was supposed to be our sell entry right there. Yeah. So enough of that, enough of yesterday. What is gone is gone. The loss is a loss. So we need to look at recovery. So how do we recover? Yeah. I don't know if you guys made a loss. Those who are on VIP, I don't know if you made a loss, because some of you guys were still holding it. So you should have taken some money or you should have broke even when it went up into profits. All right. So today, start from daily. According to daily time frame, we are selling. Yeah, that is a general trend. All we were looking for was a pullback in such areas. We wanted pullback in such areas, but the daily momentum the daily trend had enough momentum to keep pushing for sales. That's why price was not having any shifts. For the past 1, 2, 3, 4 days, you can see how price like on Tuesday. Was it a Tuesday? This is Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. Look at Monday. This is what price did on Monday. That is a high, that is a low. Look at look at Tuesday. This was a high, that was a low. The high of the day, the low of the day. That is Tuesday. Yesterday, look at yesterday. This was the low right there. That was the high. You can clearly understand, clearly see how low, or how weird this asset has been according to volume and momentum of the asset. So clearly we can see that. So for now, I don't have any business with this asset. I'd rather to just leave it. According to what I saw here, price is moving within that. We needed that move to get us there, but I'm not going to be pushing it anymore. I'll just leave it for clear retest levels. So for now, delete that. This has been mitigated, so it can be deleted. That is a fair value gap on H4, so it has been mitigated. I can delete it. We have a break of structure on H4 right there. This one yesterday, it was not a clear one. It went up there. That's where we were supposed to take our profits. We failed. So price came back, and boom, we saw a break of structure. That's where we saw a break of structure right there. So apparently we are continuing with sales, even though we see price being oversold right there on H4. As we speak, price is getting to such levels right there. That is one may say it's gonna be a support right there. If I use that order block, all this will be a support, but I don't want to use it, so I rather go to H1, pull this back, and clearly you will see that will be the order block on H1 right there. Yeah, so this is where we clearly want price to come back to, so that we can see if it will easily break it or not. Yeah, so go back to H1. What do we have here? M15. Delete this. That was point where we wanted price to get to, so I can delete it. So I have a break of structure. Price is going to come to this level. If it breaks this level, then the sales will continue. If it fails to break it, then just wait a minute. Okay, H4. Sorry, where was I? That was V75. Come here from there. Okay. All right. Break of structure. So we are likely to see some retest all the way here. Some good retest. A retest like that, we may see it when price breaks out on this level. So for now, I would clearly wait. I would just wait for when price will give me a retest if I'm looking for buys. But apparently, we are looking for sells. We are looking for sales, even though we see something like this. it's not going to hold up according to what I see on daily time frame. I have a break of structure on H4, so price is giving me this H4 candle to reach here, I believe so. So this current H4, which will close at 3, may even reach this level according to, depending on the momentum that we'll see in the market. So for now, I don't want to waste any more time on this. I'm just going to leave it alone until further notice, until I see some clear structure that I can take advantage of. All right, jump 50. Let's head over to jump 50. We look for another asset that will actually give us money to recover. Jump 50. What is happening on jump 50? According to daily time frame, we are reaching oversold right there, meaning buy opportunities anticipated. We've been in there. We've been actually waiting for price to reach that order block on H4. It reached it yesterday. The anticipation was to actually even break this level and continue, but it came to that, so this became a resistance right there, and immediately after reaching that level, price reversed into sales, and clearly we saw that price came all the way now to that H4 order block, and immediately once it touched the trend line and the order block, price started to a new candle of H4. We clearly saw that buys started. Now remember, we haven't reached oversold yet on H4 because there we never touched, so it means we may still have some sales, but we need to confirm it. According to H1, we can see that we are sort of having like a vague double bottom. If I go to M15, clearly I will see that I'm oversold, but then on the major time frame, on the major chart right here, I clearly see that I started some buys, but I have no change of character, so I may not rely on this to be a clear buy. I may just hold on. All I need is now to see a change of character. If I can see a change of character, then I will know that I'm ready to make an entry. So need something like that, and then a pullback, and then probably I get my entry. But before I see anything like this, I won't be making any mistake on such an asset, because according to H4, it may actually continue selling to come to this other daily order block right there. That is a daily order block. To come to this daily order block, it can easily go back to this. So according to daily, remember, we haven't reached oversold yet. We are close to it. So that's where we may see some buy entries. So please don't make any mistake. Remember, when it retested right here, let me delete this. When it retested, it only came to the fair value gap according to daily time frame. It never touched this order block, and remember, this order block is where this buy momentum started from. This buy momentum, that and reached all the way up there. So this carries some liquidity that needs to be grabbed. So right here, we will anticipate price to actually come to the order block before we can anticipate the buys to come in. So for now, I may not even wait for this, because I know that it's just going to be a fake one. It may just come around here and then again push us into sales to continue all the way down to this order block on daily time frame. All right, I think that's it. Today. I can now easily delete this, delete all this in here, delete that, and this. Okay, delete that too. go to H1. Yeah, this is our resistance right there for now. It's holding up 2 times there, so we can have it remain. All right, so that's it for today. On H1, of course, it's trying to show us that we need some buys. Wait and see about that. Remember, we have a break of structure right here. That is a break of structure right there to actually continue with the sales. So if we have a new lower low here, so it may be looking for a lower high, probably on that order block, on this fair value gap, and then continue down to the sales. So we will wait. Jump 25. Jump 25. Alright, so we needed this pullback before we can enter buys. So we didn't see any pullback. Actually, we saw it. Yes, this is H1. It came to that pullback on that fair value gap. So it came to that, and as you can see, this is a confirmation of buys right there. Right there, pullback right there. So if I can go to M15, it tells me I should be looking for buys where we are, but apparently price is consolidating right there according to M15. So if it is consolidating, then it means this is now accumulation of orders. It's trying to accumulate some orders. It's trying to accumulate some orders. So we are going to see a fake breakout right here. This fake breakout may come all the way to that order block, and then after that we'll see some high momentum move to push us all the way up there. Yeah, if it doesn't give us that fake breakout, because this is not a valid order block, then you know that it can easily give it to us from there to all the way up there. So either you wait for it here, when it comes here to the downward trend line, to this downward trend line, you can enter, or you wait for when you see a breakout, a retest, and then you enter from there. Alright, so that's how we're going to look for this trade today. So delete this down, it's not necessary anymore. Go to H1, delete that, delete this, I don't know this. Okay, this one will be taken out. According to daily, we need buys. According to H4, we need sales, but the structure is buys because we had a change of character right there. So H1, we need buys, of course, because of here. Yeah, because of that change of character right there. All right, I think that's it. I was trying to confirm this was another confirmation on M15, so we need buys in the long run. So let's wait and see. Jump 10, which is our last asset. We have about 5 minutes to close this session today. Let's work on jump 10 and we call it a day. Today is one of those days that still the market is slow because it is a public holiday, I believe. So let's look at jump 10 and we wind this up. Yeah, we are oversold, overbought daily. H4, we need sales. Yeah, H4, we need sales, and clearly price is not going to reach there, so I can easily delete what I see here and just wait for this. Now probably let me go to H1. H1, this has been also slow, just like V75. I believe this was a Monday. Yeah, you can see the high and the low of that day right there. This was Tuesday. That was a high there, that was a low there. Yeah, that was a low there. You can see the momentum. This is on H1, and yesterday it was also almost the same as Tuesday. So price has been very slow compared to if you look at Sunday. Look at Sunday, that was the low, that was the high right there. Saturday, it was almost the same. It was almost the same right there. You can see it. You can see where the low was on Saturday. So the average, we are not, yesterday we almost hit the average high of the day according to this asset, but still the momentum is not that of the one that it places. So for now, yesterday what we wanted was a pullback there so we can sell it. It failed to give us that pullback. No, it gave us the pullback and went all the way to grab liquidity of the early sellers right up there. Grab liquidity. So that told us that we can actually make our entries there. We missed that entry, so let's look at if we can enter now. So that was a liquidity grab, pullback here. This was supposed to be the entry, but still momentum is low. Break of structure right here. That is break of structure right there. It means we should be looking for a lower high here so we can enter now sales. Yeah, exactly. So right here we should be looking at sales. Yeah, okay. If that's the case, let's see. M5 should be selling. Yes, M5 is selling. And M1. So what do I do? Wait for M5 to be below my 10 MA, and it has gone below my 10 MA in just a twinkling of an eye. In just a twinkling of an eye, it has just jumped and went into sales. All right, so I will need a pullback right. Oh, Jesus. So I'm gonna enter this when I see this. When I see something like that, and I will enter. And I will enter. This is going to be my entry. So this is likely to be my first entry if it gives me an entry that I need on M5. Yeah, this is going to be considered as my change of character right here on M5. So I'll be waiting for that. I'll be waiting for that, excuse me. All right, so that is on jump 10. I'm looking for sales. I'm looking for sales because H4 I need sales. H1 I'm overbought right here. I'm oversold, I mean, right here because of that order block. Because of this order block on H1. Let me see on M15. What is it? Same thing right there. Yeah. So I'm overbought. I'm oversold on H1, but then I need sales, so that means this is a weak support level, so it's gonna come here and go through it. That's it. So I need a retest and then entry on M5. It's not going to hold me back. I'm just gonna make that entry without a fail. I can see some fair value gap right here. That could be my entry right there. I'll wait for it. All right, I think that's it. Let's do the recap and we call it a day. We have entered 1 minute past our time. Let's do the recap and we move out of this place. Remember, we've started a new month, so you can easily subscribe for the VIP Signal platform and you'll be part of that group where I share signals. when we analyze those that are in real time, I share them freely right here, but after the analysis I filter the ones that I give out to my VIPs. So that's what I do in that platform. All right, we started with Crash 500. We wanted price to reach there, and it has reached, and the sales have started. Yeah, for those who missed that, you can go back and check how we analyzed that. But now we've missed that entry, but then on M5 we will get that entry. Yeah, for sure we will get that entry, so we wait. If you have big money, you can enter from here the sales and put your stop loss above this order block. Yeah, if you want to, but you can wait for the pullback on M5 or M15. Boom, 1,000. It has gone to our order block, but then we need now to confirm if the sell momentum is not going to continue, because as far as M15 is concerned, this can be taken as a change of character, and one can argue that we are going to continue with sales. So for now, we wait for the buy momentum. Yes, it has done what we wanted, but structure can change. We are not market movers, we are just market followers. We follow what these guys do in the market, so we have to wait for what the market shows us. So we need the buy momentum to start here so we can follow up with it. But if the sell momentum continues, then we will wait for the breakout down below here and the retest so we can enter sells. Boom, 500. Still pushing. We may sell it from that level or that level. We wait so that we can, when it comes back all the way to this level, we can enter buy. Remember, the general trend is a buy, is uptrend. V25S, I needed price to react back to this to activate my limit order. It did not actually come back to it. It failed. It came to that order block, something that I did not anticipate. So it is a resistance on M1 right there. So that's what price reacted back to. So apparently I've missed that entry too, but it has reached that resistance on M1, on CCI, so it is likely to come back again. So I will still hold on and no need to rush. According to M5, that is a fair value gap and it may come to mitigate it, so I will still hold on a bit. V75, this is a no-go, don't waste your time on it. V50, jump 50, we need a pullback there to either go, yes, if we see a change of character right here, then that means we will go up back to that level. But then remember, we are still looking for sales. It's a general trend, so it's likely to continue and break out and actually come all the way to this daily order block right there. So just be ready when it happens. So for now, I can easily delete it and wait. Jump 25, yeah, the fake breakout has happened, even though it did come to that order block, and clearly one may say the buy has started from where we are. Yeah, from where we are. From where we are. The buy may have just started, but then I want to be sure of it. Because that would have been taken like as a break of structure according to M5. So I will need to be sure of it. Yeah, I need to be sure of it. So I will wait still on M5. M10, jump 10. Okay, that was a change of character on M5. It is making a pull, but we need to sell this, so we need it. We want to sell this asset. Yeah, even though H1 says we are oversold, we will follow what we are seeing on the main chart, which is we'll be looking for sales. We'll be looking for sales. Why sales? That was a break of structure, and that was a retest all the way to that order block, so the sales should be in. Yeah, so that's the reason why we'll be selling, and price on H1 is even below our 10 MA. That's the reason why we will be selling. All right, so in general, in general, I may conclude and tell you that no clear structure of any asset that we've seen. So all of them, they are still a bit low, apart from Boom 500. Is one that I'm seeing it is having some good momentum for the past year. You can see the way it has been moving. It's the one that has been having good momentum. Yesterday it changed the structure right there and went into the buy, but later on came. So those who remember yesterday, but now it is coming there. So remember, we are in a buy trend, so whatever we are doing, this will be a retest. This will be just a retest trade. You can either wait for the retest and enter the retest, but I always advise to always trade according to the trend, meaning you trade according to the buy trend, meaning you wait for the buys, because the general trend according to H4 is a buy trend or an uptrend. So you rather wait for when it comes back here and you enter buys than you entering sells. But if you can, and you can control yourself and manage your trades, then you can still enter the sell. V25 slow, I've told you so. Let me hope you know that the market is still slow and you cannot force any trade. You cannot force any trade. If you force any trade, then you are doomed to make losses. You rather wait and see how to make an entry when you are following the trend. Let me wish you guys a good day. Please, those who want to join the signals, my number is there. WhatsApp me or call me. Let's work it out for you. It's at $15. The new ones, those who are coming on board. Yeah, I only gave the offer for those who were in the group for the month of April. They already know the offer, so they know what to do. The rest of the guys, those who want to join afresh, you're not in the group already, you have to pay $15 to access the services of signals. Let me wish you guys a good day. Of course, like I said, the month has started, so I can easily even remind you about the mentorship class. If you want to join my mentorship class and you need a one-on-one to look for your own time that works for you, then that is $300. Yeah, a one-on-one when you need your own time, special time. But the rest of us who need to come in one and I dictate my own time that works for me, then you pay $110 for a whole month and you can join the rest of the group. Let me wish you guys a good day. Happy trading today and happy Labor Day. Have some rest, those who are workers, and of course as we trade, if we get some trades, of course. Let me wish you guys a good day. See you tomorrow same time. Bye bye.